Hi, this video is about a quick introduction to Tableau Desktop Specialist Certification. So the few things that I would be going through this video is about the exam syllabus and how to book about the exam and some exam pattern instructions, some pre-checks for the certification and some useful tips that you can follow during the exam to crack it, and some course prep details. So I've given a URL here. Basically, it's an official guide given by the Tableau Desktop Specialist for the Tableau Desktop Specialist certification. Go through the exam guide clearly. There are some instructions given about the time and the pattern of the questions, and then there are some sample questions as well. So, and then there's a clearly the syllabus given in that particular link. The link will be provided in the description below. And the second thing is there are some sample questions in the same document. Please do go through them to understand the level of the difficulty during the exam. So just to give a clear understanding on the exam pattern, there are 30 questions for 1 hour of duration, and in the 30 questions you will have like multiple choice questions where you have to pick one answer, and then multiple answers questions where you have to pick more than one answer, and then there are some hands-on questions. So essentially you will be connecting to a VM virtual machine from your home or elsewhere from where you're taking the exam, and then you'll have the Tableau software installed on that, and then you have to use that Tableau software to answer those hands-on questions. The data sets will be present in VM as well. And the pass score is 71%. And then the second thing that I would like to discuss is about the networking issues. Because you will be connecting to a VM, you could face some networking issues potentially. So ensure that you have proper internet connectivity when you're working on the exam. The fourth one is about the booking the exam. So Tableau has partnered with LCS for booking the certification essentially. So I'll give the URL in the description. You can go ahead and then register in this URL, and then you may book the slot. I have booked the slot like just like 2 to 3 days in advance, but you can probably book a week in advance when you're planning to give it. So the pre-checks for the test that I would recommend is that when I've connected to the VM, I've faced few issues that the Tableau software is not working during the exam. So I would highly recommend you to check if the Tableau software is working properly, like it's opening up before the start of the exam. And then also you can check for the location of the data sets as to where they're exactly present, and that could save some time as well. And then there's some useful tips that I can give. The first one being flag and go back to answer. So you can always revisit the questions that you have not answered. So because it's 30 questions in 60 minutes of time, I think time is quite crucial. So if you're not sure of some questions, so I would highly recommend you to flag them and then revisit them again to answer. And also there are a couple of questions wherein you have to follow certain steps and you have to answer, like there might be questions like which chart is seen when there are like 2 dimensions and 3 measures, or such kind of questions. So essentially in such kind of questions probably you can go ahead and then use the Tableau software to check, and then you can always use the data sets which are given during the exam. And the third tip is you can Google during the exam. It's official, so you will have access to one of the browsers like Chrome or IE, and then you can use the Google to answer the questions. But then I would recommend you to park the Google section like for the questions unknown at the end to save the time. The course prep details, I myself have designed a course in Udemy, so I will be giving the Udemy course link in the description. So basically the Udemy course has 4 course preparations with 120 questions, that is like with varying difficulty levels to crack it easily from easy. So I've designed it like 1 easy, 2 moderate, and 1 difficult exam. And there will be a self-preparation guide which will be covering all the exam topics and then the relevant knowledge areas, so for you to understand right from the concepts. And there are some additional tips that I can provide in the course, and there's a lifetime access for the course. So do register for the course for you to get to know about the preparation And then these are some of the popular reviews of the course that it has really helped them to clear the certification, and it's a highly recommended Tableau course. And then few of the students have passed the exam with more than 90% using the Udemy course. Thank you. Do post any questions that you have, and I'll be putting on the Udemy and then the exam registration and the other URLs that we discussed in the comment section below. You can go through them for further help. Thank you.